Hello, my friends. Welcome to my channel. I'm so grateful for you. The other day, a friend and I were talking about spirituality and what that meant. And with all the division going on with everything politics, religion, ethnicity, race, cultures I felt that even division is in a lot of the spiritual communities. So I wanted to talk about my experience and where I've come to and and how I've simplified spirituality for me. And so, and this is, I hope this can help because I really uh, think that we can all be a little bit kinder in the world. So when I lived out in Arizona a long time ago in the 80s, the New Age community was starting to build. I was about 15 miles from Sedona and a foster parent. So I was bringing in, my first husband and I were bringing in foster kids. And we'd go up to Sedona to different gatherings. And there were a lot of kids coming out of Sedona. They were removing kids from the families in Sedona and didn't have places to put them near their school, so they brought them into the valley where I lived and to foster homes. So they would have to be removed from their schools, which is a double whammy for a child who's already lost their family for a moment, maybe longer, and then their friends and all they've known. So I would go up talking to different people I know who were spiritual, hoping that they would be interested in being foster parents to make a difference for the children. And the comment I heard often was, no, I don't want to be part of the system. I don't want to be part of the government. And then I'd say, well, but you're driving on the roads, right? so I found there wasn't a lot of giving. And it wasn't just about foster kids. It was really just more ideology, spiritual ideology, New Ageism, and that. So then we moved to East Texas. A client of mine offered us a really nice, beautiful place to stay, and we moved to East Texas, became foster parents again there, and got involved with the foster system, and found that people who I might have a different ideology of thinking with were taking their clothes basically off their back to give to these kids, bending over backwards for the community, really helping one another out. And at that moment, I realized, what is spirituality? Is spirituality what we think, how we talk, what we believe, or is it how we are in our life? And so throughout the years, what I have found is that I talk less about what I believe, even though those beliefs are still very much in my being, because they were experienced. It's really about kindness. And when we can really simplify that about kindness, then it really makes a difference because we need a lot of it right now. And a lot of people are afraid. So the other thing I wanted to talk about on this video was really what I call the soup of life. And what is the soup of life? So the soup of life is, so if you imagine everything is energy, every feeling you have is like a vegetable or spice that you would put into a soup. And everybody in the world and all living life has emotions, energy, and so let's just imagine that the world is this soup that we are all making. Every living being is making the soup together. And so the more all the love vegetables go in, all the hate vegetable goes in, or spices, you know, kindness vegetable goes in. And so if you just see that in your own personal soup of a day, what kind of soup did you make for your own journey in your own day? And knowing that that contributes to the big world soup. And when we can see it through those eyes, it kind of like makes it, these abstract emotions we feel through the day, a little bit more concrete in our mind. Like, oh, did I make a flavorful soup today? Some days we have very flavorful soups, sweet and spicy. And so, really, it just kind of helps put in our mind what we're all contributing in the world, how we are contributing to the big energy of the world, and whether it's love, whether it's fear, whether it's hate, whether it's anger, whether it's all of the above, and how we can really start to manage. Similar to a soup, if you add a little bit too much of one spice, sometimes you have to alter the ingredients to kind of tone it down. And so we could do that in the world. We could do that in our own self. And the more that we all do that in our own personal journey, I believe the more kindness, the more thoughtfulness we will have. And I feel that for me, everybody's got their own spiritual journey. For me, spirituality is really compassion and kindness, and really learning to cultivate that more regularly in our life, even in challenging moments. So I just wanted to share this. It's been coming up all week, and I wanted to share this, and I hope this is helpful. And I'm having fun with the soup analogy in my own day, in my own life. So I hope that helps you. I'd love to hear comments, feedback, and I'd love to hear your ideas. I'd love to hear what your idea of what spirituality means, and how you feel like if you've worked with the soup analogy in your own part of your day, really if you have had any insights. Because it's really about learning more about our own self and really coming into a deeper way within. So I'm just grateful for you, and I wish you a wonderful and nourishing and delightful soup day. It's cold here, and it is a soup day. So thank you so much. I wish you a good day.